They are getting so desperate and so pathetic, it would be funny if it weren't so darn politically dangerous. Viva Frei, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida rumbler in my home office, and I am limited by the time I have left because the sun is setting and it's going to go dark. First, before we even get started, make sure that you are subscribed and that you have notifications turned on. There is a whirlwind of fake news, rumors, gossip, and potentially true news that is supposed to be breaking imminently. I don't know where to start. I'm kidding. I know exactly where to start. I'm starting with the fake news, propaganda, lies. There doesn't seem to be any end of it, and we're going to start with one J.B. Pritzker. Now, I am Canadian, so forgive me for not really knowing who J.B. Pritzker is. Apparently, he's a known corrupt governor of Illinois. I know his name only because I saw it listed on the markets of potential presidential candidates, and he was like always at 1%. I don't know J.B. Pritzker from a hole in the wall, but I came across a tweet from J.B. Pritzker today, which reads as follows. J.B. Pritzker at J.B. Pritzker, and it's got that gray check mark so you know it's authentic. Never forget that Donald Trump is a racist, misogynist, 34-time convicted felon. Set aside the semantic or legal argument that Trump technically is not a convicted felon until he's sentenced. I don't need to get into that. Okay, so this guy comes out with a tweet that lists 3 grievances, 2 of which are absolute bullcrap, and the third, although maybe technically true because he was convicted, is bullcrap because it's the result of a wildly politicized, corrupt, lawfare, abuse of the prosecutorial process, trial before a politically prejudiced jury. Set all that aside, this guy, I don't know who he is, but I know that he's going to be a hypocrite because he's a Democrat politician. So I do what everybody should do when they see a tweet coming from someone who they suspect is probably a corrupt POS. Go Google their name with the word scandal next to it and see what search results it generates. I go to Google, put in the terms J.B. Pritzker scandal in the search bar, not knowing this guy from a hole in the wall, and yes, he is in fact a corrupt piece of S. From NPR, Illinois governor candidate removed mansion's toilets to dodge taxes. Report finds from October 3, 2018. And then you see a beautiful picture of J.B. Pritzker, and it says Illinois gubernatorial candidate J.B. Pritzker says he will pay Cook County $330,000 in taxes he avoided after having toilets removed from a property so it would be considered uninhabitable. Pritzker is seen here on Monday in Chicago. And what's the story here? Just what you heard. This mofo removed the toilet seats from one of his mansions so that he could claim some tax relief or not pay taxes on it for a number of years. Holy crab apples. Can you think of anything more devious? Give them credit. Give them credit. They're creative in their corruption. In the final weeks of the Illinois governor's race, one unusual topic has been stealing headlines. J.B. Pritzker's toilets. Pritzker is the Democratic nominee, a venture capitalist, and a very wealthy man. An heir to the Hyatt Hotel's fortune, he's worth $3.2 billion. In 2007, Pritzker and his wife bought a second mansion next to the one they live in on Chicago's Astor Street for $3.7 million. As the Chicago Sun-Times reported, that mansion remained vacant and was allowed to fall into disrepair. And then in October 2015, according to a report by Cook County Inspector General Patrick Blanchard, the Pritzkers had 5 toilets removed from the second house so that it would be classified as, quote, uninhabitable, end quote, in a property tax appeal filed by the Pritzkers. Cook County assesses vacant properties at 10% of the market value. The dude is worth billions of dollars, and he's trying to dodge his way out of a few $100,000 in taxes, and the way he decides to do it is by removing the toilets from his second mansion so that he can declare some sort of tax benefit for. Holy crap, the hypocrisy truly knows no bounds. This is the guy thinking he is in the moral high ground to lecture because Trump is the victim of political persecution. The toilets were removed shortly before the affidavits in the property tax appeal were submitted. The county assessor's office, quote, lowered the 6,378 square foot mansion's assessed value from $6.3 million to about $1.1 million, end quote, the Chicago Tribune reports. As a result, the Inspector General writes, quote, the county ultimately fell victim to a scheme to defraud, which resulted in the property owner ultimately receiving property tax refunds totaling $132,747.18 for the years 2012, 2013, and 2014, as well as additional tax savings of $198,684.85 for the years 2015 and 2016, end quote. Pritzker said Tuesday he would pay the Cook County Treasurer's Office $330,000 by the end of the week, the day before he had defended the deduction, saying he had, quote, followed the rules, end quote. You know who else invoked the defense of following the rules? Donald Trump. You know the only difference? He actually followed the rules, Pritzker, you scum. scumbag hypocrite. So yeah, you don't even need to know who the politician is. You can pretty much wager dollars to donuts that if you Google their name and then scandal, you'll find something, especially the ones coming out on social media, virtue signaling and looking to condemn Donald Trump, the man who is the victim of their own fraudulent prosecution. But as the meme goes, but wait, there's more. There were also rumors out there today that there's a video showing Donald Trump doing something very bad with a young person. Holy crab apples. People might have gotten confused between Donald Trump and Joe Biden and the decades of video evidence of him doing very inappropriate things to very young kids. But there's a rumor going around that there's a video. It's going to end Trump's campaign, yada, yada, yada. And then there was a Kamala Harris sycophant support Twitter account that tweeted this video.
Thank you, Laura. Great job.
Oh, they've since deleted the post. Well, I will see if I can find a screen grab of the original post, but bottom line, it was a very short clip in slow motion of what was being suggested as Donald Trump molesting or touching a girl inappropriately, and I see the video and I'm like, yeah, you guys are liars, and I go and try to find the original source of the video, which I did. Now, you can see it's from a Turning Points event, but it happens to be from a Turning Points event that's 4 years old, and the woman he was shaking the hand of, and there was a little misunderstanding of the bees, as we call it in French. You know, in French, you go and kiss each other on the cheek, and some people don't do it and other people do, and I guess younger people are not as familiar with it as older people, or as people from French Canada like myself. Les bises, as we say, it's a little kiss. You touch each other. You all know what it is, people, except they were pretending that this was something much more nefarious. The woman in the video, her name is Laura Shulk, and she was speaking at a Turning Points event, oddly enough, talking about how she was assaulted by Antifa. She gave a 1-minute talk after Donald Trump called her up on stage, and that was them shaking hands and having an awkward finale of the talk. And I find the original clip and I put it out there, and I had some choice words for the filth of the earth that goes out and tries to make this into something nefarious. Viva Frei at the Viva Frei, you disgusting, desperate pieces of human filth. This is Laura Shulk from a Turning Point event in 2020, talking about how she and others were attacked by Antifa. The clip you shared and lied about is at the end, where there was an innocent mix-up over a, quote, bees, end quote, the innocuous tradition of kissing on the cheek. Here is the full speech. You are disgusting, desperate pieces of human filth who deserve to lose this election in epic proportions. Did I mention that you are disgusting, desperate pieces of human filth? The bottom line, there are going to be lies, and more lies on the internet, rumors, accusations, but as Democrats know damn well, the power lies in the accusation. Do not fall for it. Call them out on it. Call them out remorselessly each and every time. And now the sun has set. Did you take that 5 seconds to go down and subscribe and hit the notifications? If you haven't done it, do it already. If you want to support the channel, Viva Frei for some merch, vivabarneslaw.locals.com for the best above average law community out there. More important than anything, exercise, eat healthy, sunlight, talk to people in real life. Get out there and vote. Make this a landslide. And now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah!
Thank you, President Trump. What an honor it is to be up here. As you know, I go to state where our friend Laura Trump went. Members of Antifa and other socialist groups violently attacked Jack Bishop, Dan Bishop, Congressman Bishop's son, as well as pulled people's hair, even my hair, and mocked people for their medical conditions. But at the end of the day, we have a responsibility. Us Turning Point USA members have a duty to stand up for what is right and continue to fight for freedom.